everybody, and welcome to another podcast episode of Ladies with Tradies, working the trade, living the life. I'm so pumped today because I get to chat to some people that are only just not that far up the road from me, actually. The beautiful Abby and Jordan from Whitehouses and Carpentry. Welcome, guys.
Hi, Kate. Thanks for
Okay.
having us.
Beautiful. So a little bit about why we've chosen these guys to come on the podcast today. So at time of recording, it's January and everybody's getting cracking into the new year and, new year, new me sort of stuff. And people are setting goals and thinking about how they're going to achieve those over the next 12 months and beyond. And Abby and Jordan have been absolutely stellar clients when it comes to setting goals, sticking to those goals, and executing absolutely beautifully, above and beyond, in fact. And it's been a real privilege to watch. So get ready to be inspired, guys, because they're a young family in Mildura. They got a little girl who's just gorgeous, and they're kicking some huge goals. So we're very privileged to get to work with these guys. So tell us a bit about your business, guys. Tell us about Whitehouses and Carpentry, when you started, the journey up until now.
Yeah, so it's been a bit of a journey. So now we're custom home builders doing new homes, large scale renovations, and also get some small jobs fitted in. Started initially, well, when I finished my apprenticeship, I started the business and started subbing from a boss and then doing my own things on weekends. So I was actually had my license in business when I was 20 or 21, but went full, like, out on my own with our unlimited license in 2018. So been doing that for 6 or 7 years now, and it's grown, I guess, along the way to what it is now.
Yeah, and I guess I joined the business 2.5 years ago. So there's been a lot that's changed since then, which coming on board was a lot of the COVID busyness and all that kind of thing. So we've definitely grown as a business since then. So
Beautiful, beautiful. And so, everybody kind of starts a business, you very young at the time, Jordan, and they've got these big aspirations and dreams of how it's going to look. So when you started, what was your vision? Like, what were your goals for yourselves and for your business?
Yeah, I've never been really a goal setter, and it's something that's improved. Like, I did it because I just wanted to be my own boss, really, initially at the start. And I enjoyed seeing projects from start through to completion. Whereas when you're just a carpenter, you might just see the start and not actually see, like, interact with the clients and get that, satisfaction at the end of the project. So I guess that's, initially why we started it.
And Abs, were you like, oh yeah, this is great, we're gonna smash it, or were you trepidatious about it, or what was your view on it when Jordan started?
no, I had full faith in him. Like, I already had my own full-time job, so it was so that was just Jordan's job to me. It was so it was about supporting him where I could, but also having my full-time job. There was a rule that it had to be at 8 problem or higher to bring it to me, and he did really well at that. But then there was a stage where I needed to come in on the 8 or lower. So
which did make it a little bit hard when Abby did come on full time, because knowing what problems to actually bring to her and what to do myself, it took a bit to get used to. But we've always been able to balance, work and personal pretty well.
I love that. A bit of a rating scale for, if the problem is this or above, absolutely give it to me. But that's a weapon just there. That's a gold bucket on its own.
Yeah, when you start a business, every little issue seems like the world's ending, and because it's your own money if there's a mistake.
Yeah.
And learning how to react and manage those things.
I love that. And we call that the catastrophe scale. So, if you can think of the worst day in your life as a 10 and the the best day of your life is a 1, then, you know, tell me where this is as far as catastrophe go. And if it's not really that bad, then okay, let's move on. So very, very cool. All right. So with some of that, was it challenging or relatively easy in the beginning? Like, tell us a bit about your experiences with your wins and your challenges at the start.
I was like, you don't learn how to run a business being a carpenter. So I was probably naive with what was actually going to be involved. And realistically, I think I ran the business for like 3 years, really. Carpenter was definitely my first job. And then, yeah, building or, yeah, like management of the business was the second. I definitely only did the financials, what I had to at a minimum, really. And, yeah, so yeah, I had to like learn a lot. Like we're learning every day, every job that we did. And yeah, I guess not all of it initially was, yeah, the business side of things. It was more project management or quoting. But yeah, definitely in the last couple of years since we've been working with you guys, we've all learning on the business and making that, yeah, easier than, or putting the time in as well. Yeah, to make it a bit easier, because yeah, it's definitely challenges running a business, and we've had plenty over the past few years.
Mm-hmm. Give us some examples of some of the things that you've faced and then overcome.
Like obviously, yeah, like how our relations with clients, setting expectations at the start, because you try and put everything into each job as if it's your own, and yeah, if you don't set expectations at the start, they can walk all over you a little bit. But now, yeah, we've got a lot better to say, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to deliver on, this is when we're going to do it. And we've always been pretty good at keeping to, I guess, our word and our schedule. Yeah, that's, yeah, one example where we've done a lot of work, and I think it shows in probably the clients we're attracting now, and even just referrals from word of mouth, which we get, yeah, a fair bit of.
Beautiful. What about for you, Abby? What have you seen over the years as far as challenges and?
Yeah, I guess like Jordan and I both not come from finance backgrounds, so knowing our numbers has been a big thing that we've worked on over the last couple of years. But yeah, also on the clients, and I guess the biggest thing for us was our mindsets, and probably Jordan's a lot of that, and he alluded to it before, that he was a carpenter first and then the builder part came second. And it's probably not until the last 3 or 4 months that he's hit that switch has happened, and he is now the builder. So that's his focus. And he now really works on, you know, making sure he's got that time in the office to set everything up so the carpentry can, you know, work smoothly. So that's been another issue. Yeah.
So tell us, so what was the click, do you think, Jord? Like, what happened for you to go, oh, hang on, I can, or I want to, or like, how did that happen for you?
Yeah, like I've always been to get my rounds, and we always joke about, like, personally or anything like that, if Abby comes up with an idea, it's got to take 6 months for me to get my head around it, and then I'll think that it's my idea. So yeah, well, it actually just happened, yeah, late last year when we were going through the numbers determining what labor rate we were going to charge for.
So we're using the Tools of Profit app.
Yeah, using the Tools of Profit, and yeah, working out a labor rate that we're going to use for quoting, yeah, as a large project, 2-story house, type of work we want to do. So we wanted to get it right. And yeah, working out what labor rate to charge, because initially I was quoting, yeah, way too low. And yeah, like we'd done it at coaching with Chane and Abby, and maybe I just didn't ask the right questions or didn't understand it. But yeah,
I guess Chane and I were telling him what the number needed to be, but he couldn't get through his head why it was that number.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden it was a click.
Yeah, just click. that this is why this number is what it is. And yeah, I can, like, it just relates to everything. So like, I feel like I understand all that now, why we quote what we quote. And
what time in the office is important.
yeah, and also like the worth of every hour, whether it's my hours, our workers' hours, Abby's hours, yeah, and how we put a figure on that.
Beautiful. So with the Tools for Profit app, is the number that you kind of focus on your charge out rate, is it, or is it your billable hours? Like, what's been the real, like, yep, that's what I like looking at?
It's a combination. So yeah, the charge out rate was obviously an initial one for working out our charge out rate, but then yeah, we've also been just playing with like billable hours and the rates for that to determine, I guess, the makeup of our team. Yeah, it's been really good to have that tool that we can use, and Chane might not be happy when we stuff it all up and play around with it sometimes, but yeah, no, it's good. It's good to see, get that instant feedback, and yeah, actually have a figure there that you can work with.
Yeah. So has it helped you kind of go, I don't have to be out on the tools flat out, or what, has that been the main thing, or?
Not necessarily. It's more, I guess, um, seeing the worth of the money or what can be done in the office and on site. Seeing, yeah, just like our charge rate, because as I said, like, we've, until this last run of jobs that we've signed up, we've been charging well below what like our break even has been. And yeah, so it's just little things that contribute to everything, and I get linked together, and you have those breakthroughs.
Love it. Gives you the confidence, I suppose, to go, oh yeah, I've got to back myself in what I charge because it is what it is, kind of thing.
Yeah, because I've always been like, you like to think you're pretty honest with clients, and you always, I don't know if you feel guilty about the price that you're charging and think, oh, it's too high, and would I pay that? But I think, like, with the type of work we want to do, we've got to be confident with the number that we're charging. This is why we're charging it, and like, it's probably shown with the work that we've.
Because it's one thing that we've definitely learned over the last 12 months is how much money we've been bleeding. And there has been a lot to do with our charge out rate, but also how many hours that we've allocated and things like that. So that's one big thing we've worked on over the last 12 months. And it did shoot Jordan's confidence down in his quoting ability and all that. But since he had that breakthrough, I think, the confidence has definitely grown back. Yeah.
Oh, and I think, the results as far as the types of build you've been doing speak for themselves as well. There's one just down the road from us here that's absolutely beautiful. Every time I go past, I proudly look at it and think, oh, that's beautiful. So yeah, I think, and it's no surprise that you're attracting better and bigger customers because of the work that you've been doing and the quality that you step up with. Yeah. Beautiful. So, as far as like when now, Jordan, you said goal setting hasn't been, like, it wasn't natural for you in the past. What kinds of goals have helped you to stay focused on what you want to achieve? Like, what sorts of goals do you guys set to keep you motivated? Gotcha.
Yeah, gotcha.
Sorry, yeah. What sorts of goals keep you guys motivated? Like, what is it? Is it personal goals, business goals? What are the sorts of things you set that keep you driving forward?
It's a combination. Like, we've probably never really, until recently, really wrote down our goals, but we've probably been strong in making personal goals, and like, we base every decision we make around those. So
and we realized that it just wasn't for us, so we sold it and moved into a renovation project we were doing. And
yeah, we wanted to challenge ourselves and show that we could do that, but that was all like aiming towards getting our own larger block of land that we can, have as our own. And
Have the lifestyle that we want.
yeah, about the lifestyle. And there was certainly plenty of bumps along that road, but everything that happens for a reason. And we're close to,
But I think definitely our personal goals motivate us a lot more than our work goals still do motivate us, but definitely our personal goals is what drives us.
We've never really been motivated by money or anything like that. It's all about our family and the lifestyle that we can have.
Amazing. That's so good. And I think that's beautiful, and that's the reason we've got Work in the Trade, Live in the Life, because you don't want, like, your business should serve your lifestyle, not, the other way around. And so you guys are a really good example of that, where you go, all right, well, this is what we want for ourselves personally. We want the lifestyle block and that type of thing. And then you've kind of engineered what your business does in order to achieve those outcomes. And I mean, a renovation project, and my goodness, make sure you get onto their socials and see the beautiful home that they've just renovated and recently sold, which we're all cracking a bottle of Moe over. It's been pretty cool to watch you kind of go, rightio, this is going to be quite a challenge, personally and professionally, because I mean, it exerted a fair bit of pressure on the business at the same time as achieving that personal outcome of creating this building that you're going to sell to then profit on and move on to the next venture.
Definitely.
So
we moved in and we only renovated 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. So we moved in, nothing else, gutted it and extended, and it definitely put a lot of pressure on our family and our personal life, but also did pressure on the business because, those projects still go through the business at the end of the day, and we don't make money off those. So in saying that, though, like, all our labour was weekend work after.
we were at home together, and Georgia was with me, Abby was with me. We had our site 4 dogs, and so it didn't seem like as much of a physical, it was still a physical chore, but you just weren't giving your mind a break, and I guess felt a bit guilty that you weren't spending the dad or the husband time the otherwise felt you should have been.
Well, I mean, should's a pretty interesting word, I think, isn't it? Because if we've always got to weigh up and balance we've got this very clearly established goal in mind, and there's no such thing as balance in my mind. There's always going to be give and take in life, and I think work-life balance is bullshit, because of course the scales are going to tip occasionally one way or the other, especially when you're working hard to achieve what you guys have achieved in a very bloody short amount of time. Can we just add, for what it is, it's absolutely stunning, that home. So it is what it is, and now you've been able to purchase your dream property, so all worth it.
Yeah, we're both very stubborn. One of us more than the other one, but when we set our minds on something, we do put everything into it. And I guess our confidence in what we were doing and the decisions we made, we never wavered with them. I guess it's just like everyone, you go through peaks and troughs, and but I wouldn't change anything that we did. I'm really glad we went through it all and experienced it. Don't want to do it again in a hurry, but we learned a lot about not only the business and building, but ourselves, and grew as people.
Because we did still keep to a same schedule of what we do for a client. So it was, we were in and out within 9-10 months for a full renovation and extension. So, and then obviously plus the gardening and stuff on the end, which was a little bit of a race to the end in the last 3 weeks, but it was all for a purpose of being able to sell and also being able to be featured in a local magazine. So
which is absolutely awesome. And I think too, a lot of builders ask themselves the question, is this kind of path that you guys have gone down, like, is it lucrative? Is it worth it? Is it all these things? On top of all of that, it's very rewarding because you know the whole house flipping thing, you've got the skills, and in the market that we're in at the moment, I mean, you guys have done really well to crack into that higher end building market, but not everybody either wants to or can get there. I think what you guys have showcased in being builders that are also taking on their own personal projects, not necessarily for profit just now, but perhaps into the future. Like, is that something that you would say to builders, yeah, have a crack, or, you know, what's your experience been?
Yeah, look, I think it's a little bit different. Like we in the end we broke even, but we didn't get paid, I guess, for all our labor.
Yeah.
So that was one thing. So we didn't lose money. And that was one thing when we went into this. We knew that we weren't going to make as much money because it was obviously high material costs and all that other kind of thing. And the market wasn't growing as strong as it had during COVID. So we knew that going in, but we're going to be happy if we broke even. So there was probably, like maybe 150 grand that we didn't, I guess, make. But if you were a client of ours, that would be lost money. So, but we also see it that the amount of work that we've gained from doing this project has been enormous. So it's not only being able to show clients and get them over the line in what we can do and what we can design and all the different features, but also, I guess, just the quality that we can do and that kind of thing.
And both projects that we've done, this one and our first home, we didn't really build them with, like, we knew we were going to sell this house, but every decision we made, we did it as if it was going to be our own home, and we never skimped quality or what we were doing.
And adding character was our number one.
We wanted to show our personality and make the home our own. I think, especially with our first house, that's like we built that on a budget. But we still put all those personality things into it, and that job paid us back when we sold it. But I think that's the one thing that we'd say is just put your own personality and build as if you were going to live in it, not for someone buying it.
I love that too, because people, I think, fall into the trap of we've got to keep it so that the market is really, really open if they're going to buy the property, instead of injecting themselves into it and niching down like you guys have done. Because I mean, I don't know how excited you two would be to just be building boring, bloody out of the box stuff. I don't think you would be. So exactly what you've done is showcased your personality, and that's what everybody needs to be doing. You don't want to appeal to everybody.
No, so and going into this, we knew exactly the type of client we were targeting from the very start.
Yeah, I love that. Beautiful. All right, so how do you go about, so you talked a little bit before, you know, once you set the goal, you've got a fair level of tenacity to hit it. Like, have you got a process that you guys go through now that you're a bit more savvy on the goals front, or how do you go about deciding what the next priorities are? And
I think it's like we set our goals with our business coach, Chane, which we step out exactly what we need to do and what weeks we need to achieve certain things by, so we can, you know, stay on track with those things, which normally we set a couple of business goals and, you know, a personal goal at the end as well. So that's something that we do for those, I guess, we probably see those as shorter timeframe goals, but long-term goals are definitely, well, it's definitely what motivates me, are long-term goals. Yeah.
We discuss it. Like, obviously we see each other quite a bit, and the work and goals and can mix in together. And like, we do talk about like the direction that we're heading and why we make the decisions that we make quite a bit.
I am quite a reflective person. So if I see that what we're doing, you know, I might just ask the question, you know, is this getting us to where we want to be? Is this the kind of builders we want to be? Is this the kind of people we want to be? Is this the kind of life we want to, you know, give our daughter? So they're questions that I ask myself quite a lot, which probably sometimes Jordan thinks I ask them too much, but it's
Can feel like a
it's
handbrake sometimes, can't it, George? You're like, oh, here's the handbrake. But I think those questions are the perfect questions. It's because, I mean, it's easy to fall out of alignment. It's really easy because you might go, oh, there's a bit of a gap in the schedule. That's not really a project we'd normally take on, but bugger it, we'll just do it. And then you go, and then something better comes along that would have filled that gap nicely. And I think by sticking to your guns and asking those questions, everybody should write those down, those questions that Abby just was asking, because that's what keeps you grounded and keeps you aligned to your goals, doesn't it?
definitely. And, we try, and it's probably once every maybe month, we have our directors meeting every Monday, and we'll go through all our quotes and leads and things like that. And I'll just ask the question to Jordan, like, because he does all that side of it. And then I don't really have any contact with the clients until they sign up. So, I just ask, is this the type of client we want? Is this, going to fit into our business model? So, yeah.
Yeah. And has that made it easier, Jordan, having that process as far as the ideal client?
Well, like, I guess when you start, you don't want to say no to anyone. You want to do everything, and that's something we've had to, learn how to do. You've put a lot more processes in place to, I guess,
Like screen your clients.
screen our clients to make sure, because not every client is right for a builder, and not every builder is right for a client. So make sure we can service everyone the best that we can, and we put our all in every project that we do.
We're definitely people that like to say yes, and we are very giving people. It's very hard for us to do that sometimes. Yeah.
And I think that's where a process can protect you a bit. So if you go back to, what kind of builders do we want to be, what lifestyle, all that type of thing, to help you with this, and then put the processes in that make you feel less like it's you making the decision, it's the process that's making the decision. Because I remember working with a landscaper years ago, and his average dollar sale when we started was like 20 to 40 grand per project, and eventually we put in the parameters that he wouldn't take landscaping jobs on under 150k, and it was like so that's the rule. Like, if it's going to be less than that, we don't take it anymore. Or so it helps you to kind of go, this isn't not my decision, it's the decision of the business. Like, it's Whitehouses and Carpentry's decision about the types of clients, it's not us personally. It makes a big difference, I think, to go, sorry, you've been screened out. Like, you're a good person, but it's not our type of project. So, and then having other people you can refer on to. So what about 2024, guys? What's on the agenda? I'm excited to hear this because I haven't heard from Chane what the plans are for 2024. So personally, family, business, financial, what's the plans?
It's good. Yeah, well, we haven't, since we've had a Christmas break, we haven't actually spoke to Chane a bit, so we'll have a lot to catch up on there. But personally, obviously we've got settlement for our new block and house. It's in like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
We're literally moving out in 5 days' time.
Yeah. That, and also be getting our caravan in about a month or 6 weeks, which we've been wanting that for a long time. It's been on order for like 20 months now. So that's, a couple of big personal goals that we've got. And business wise, we've actually had a busy break and signed up, 3 large jobs, a couple of $1 million plus jobs. So we're really excited about, because they're the type of projects that we want to do. And custom, good clients, and really nice finishes. So we're really excited about starting those and seeing them start to come together. So
and I guess another thing that we're building this year is not building physically, but Jordan's been doing passive home course, so we will now be building passive homes, and that's definitely been a motivator and driver of ours for a long time. To be able to build high efficiency homes, and that's something that that part of the business will be really focusing on getting those started. And also I'll be slowly exiting out of the business little by little.
Grow business. So
yeah. So what about you, Abs? Because I mean, you've come in and you've done a lot of great work, and now you're looking to work. You had this amazing admin person for a while who's gone on to do other things, and you've re-advertised. Like, what's the future hold for you?
Yeah, so at the moment, just recruiting a new admin, which hopefully will, just start off as a couple of days, but hopefully be a person that I can slowly, give more responsibility to, and I can just be a director in the business. So getting rid of a lot of those tasks, because at the moment I do, quite a lot of the admin stuff, but also on the project management side. So yeah, just delegating those things. And then, I've started my own garden consulting business. So that's been something that I've been working on. So being an agronomist, it's, nice to use my own skills again, being out of the business for 2.5 years, just doing little bits here and there. So, it'd be nice to do those kind of things and, start that up. Yeah.
Love it. That's so good. And Abby, you're a classic example of there's sometimes a nervousness with the wives around coming into the business with and that is reasonable because A, I've got to work with my tradie husband. B, I've had my own professional career and I don't want to lose my sense of self, but I understand that this is going to get us to where we need to go as a family and help us achieve our personal goals. And it's pretty common, and many of the girls that we work with who come in, do what needs to be done, and then they go out and they achieve their own personal goals. And you're a really awesome example of that. And I don't know how you feel about that, Jord. Like, Abs she'll be there still and be doing a lot of stuff, but
yeah, I'll probably go, I guess, revert back to more what it was before she came on board, but the business will be in a better space and I'll be definitely more skilled. Because I'm not sure the business would be here if Abby hadn't come on board. So yeah, no, it'll be good for her, to do her own thing, and I'm sure she's going to look forward to a few less phone calls from me, and getting back to what she's passionate about.
Love that. So you've got, your own another little business on the go. Are you caravanning this year? Have you got holidays planned?
Not well, yeah. Initially, it'll be shorter trips, weekends, and which was, I guess, that's what kept us going last year. Thinking we work hard each weekend last year, but then this year we can, just duck out to the river or bush for a weekend, and so it'll be a lot of that. Maybe a week here, week there, but
maximum 2 weeks, nothing huge.
Oh, look, I mean, it's interesting you say maximum 2 weeks. There'll be some listeners going, shit, I'd kill for 2 weeks. And they think that's a long time. So I think that's a testament to how far the business has come to that, 2 weeks is a significant amount of time for a lot of business owners. So I think that's really exciting. So lots of great goals that you guys have been achieving. I love that you break down, you've got a process, you write your goals, you do it week by week. It's pretty much project managed essentially, the way that you achieve your goals, which is cool. Of course, you've got Chane cracking the whip in the background, and you guys, making sure that you get things ticked off. So tell me, what advice would you give to people who don't really know where to start when it comes to goal setting and achieving?
Well, that's probably definitely something that was more me, when I started. I didn't know where to start. I think the big thing has been just talking to someone else about it, actually making an effort, whether it's Abby and myself or us when we're talking to Chane, our coach.
I think the biggest thing is just scheduling time to sit down and have a chat to your business partner. Dedicate time of uninterrupted time, turn your phones off, ask yourself some questions about, who are you as a business and where do you want to be as a business, and who are you as a person and where do you want to be as a person? I think that's the biggest thing. And from there, you can really dig down into what you want and what your business needs.
And if you talk to someone else, there's a sense of, I guess, accountability there because you've talked to someone else about it.
Mm.
I personally, once you say something, I sort of tend to stick to it. So, yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. And, you know, I like to give like a gold nugget from each person to the listeners. So what's one thing that you now know from your learnings and challenges over the years that you think is like the thing to be successful in business?
I think, well, first thing, success is what you make it. It doesn't, like, you've got to
That's
put
right.
your family and you first. Like, we're certainly not motivated by our profit line at the end of every year. It's just all so we can have the lifestyle that we want. And that's what we just base every decision on. Yeah, just put yourself first, and that'll show out in the, I guess, the work that you do and the communication and relationships that you make with your clients.
Love that. What about for you, Abs?
Yeah, I guess just stay true to yourself, I think, is the biggest thing for me. It's not even just with, you know, my transitioning in and out of the business. It's about making the decisions for you. You can't please everyone, so please yourself.
I love that. So very in sync there, you two, as far as, you know, what the advice is. And I think that's beautiful advice, and that's the thing that makes us passionate at Ladies with Tradies, and we hope that that's what people understand of us as business coaches. It's not always about the bottom line or what drops out with a profit at the end of the year. It is, you know, have we stayed true to ourselves, like you said there, and have we created a business that makes us happy and serves our lifestyles and our livelihoods the way that we want it to. So I just love watching you guys. I can't wait to see what happens in 2024, and we've got a few parties to have together over the year. You're coming to our events, which I'm pumped for, and yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what you guys do. So thanks so much for joining us, and yeah, I know that there's a lot of gold nuggets in there that a lot of people will get a lot of benefit from. So thanks heaps, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Kate.
It's been really good.
Yeah.